Good morning, and welcome back to Morning Strategy, where we slow down, think clearly, and lead intentionally. Grab your coffee, settle in, and take these next few minutes for yourself. This is your daily moment to pause, plan, and focus on what truly matters. Because successful days start with clarity, most people start their day already reacting. Notifications, emails, messages, requests, noise. And before they've made a single intentional decision, their day is already being shaped by someone else's priorities. Quiet planning time is the difference between leading your day and being dragged through it. Quiet planning time isn't about productivity hacks or color-coded planners. It's about creating space, before the noise starts, to think clearly. Because clarity doesn't come from motion. It comes from stillness. When you give yourself quiet time in the morning, even 10 or 15 minutes, your brain shifts from reaction mode into strategy mode. You're no longer just responding, you're deciding. This is especially important for business owners, leaders, and creatives. If your work requires thinking, vision, and decision-making, then silence isn't optional. It's a tool. Most people think planning means filling a to-do list. Quiet planning is different. Quiet planning asks, what actually matters today? What deserves my best energy? What can wait? What am I intentionally not doing today? Those questions can't be answered when your mind is loud. When your morning begins in silence, your thoughts slow down enough to organize themselves. Patterns emerge. Priorities become obvious. Problems feel more solvable. You start to notice the difference between urgency and importance. And that changes how the entire day unfolds. Quiet planning time also creates emotional regulation. When you rush into your day, every obstacle feels bigger. Every delay feels personal. Every problem feels like a crisis. But when you've already grounded yourself in quiet thought, you respond differently. You're calmer, more patient, more intentional. That calm isn't accidental, it's built. This is why so many high-level leaders protect their mornings fiercely. Not because they're avoiding work, but because they're preparing to do it well. Quiet planning doesn't require a perfect routine. You don't need candles, journals, or an hour of meditation. You need 3 things. No screens. No input. No urgency. Just you and your thoughts. You might sit with a notebook. You might stare out a window. You might write a few sentences. You might simply think. What matters is that nothing is asking something from you. This is the only time of day when your mind is naturally clear. Before the decisions stack up. Before your energy is divided. Before other people's needs enter the room. And when you skip this time, you feel it. The day feels scattered. You forget important things. You chase small tasks instead of meaningful progress. You end the day tired, but unsure what you actually accomplished. Quiet planning prevents that. It gives your day a spine. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is replacing, "What do I need to do today?" with, "What does today need from me?" That question changes everything. Some days require focus. Some days require patience. Some days require creativity. Some days require restraint. Quiet planning time lets you recognize that before you start moving. It also helps you align your daily actions with long-term goals. Without quiet planning, your long-term vision stays abstract. It lives in your head but never touches your calendar. Quiet planning bridges that gap. You begin to see how today connects to next month. How small decisions compound. How one focused action can move something important forward. And just as important, you learn when to stop. Quiet planning helps you set boundaries with yourself. It reminds you. Not everything needs attention today. Not every idea needs execution immediately. Not every request deserves a yes. That awareness protects your energy. And energy is your most valuable resource. If you're always exhausted, overwhelmed, or reactive, it's not because you're doing too little. It's often because you're doing too much, without direction. Quiet planning gives direction. So tomorrow morning, before you check anything, before you respond to anyone, before you rush, pause. Give yourself a few minutes of silence. Ask, what matters most today? What outcome would make today successful? What deserves my full attention? Then let the rest fall into place. Because strategy doesn't start with action. It starts with quiet. And when you build quiet planning time into your mornings, you don't just change your day, you change how you lead your life.